Welcome back into Mid-Morning on WKYT, and it's so nice to have you with us. The movie As It Is in Heaven has been receiving a lot of national attention and is now playing at the Kentucky Theater.
We're joined by the director, producer, and co-writer of As It Is in Heaven, Joshua Overbay. We do thank you very much for coming in. Glad to have you here.
Thanks so much for having me.
A lot of local connections. This was actually shot in Nicholasville?
That's right. It was all shot in Nicholasville, just past East Jessamine High School. And we shot it in 2012 over a 17-day period.
So tell us about As It Is in Heaven, the inspiration for the movie.
Well, a lot of it emerged from a project that had fallen apart. And out of that larger budget project, I decided that I wanted to do something very small, very intimate and personal. And so it was from that idea that we came up with As It Is in Heaven.
What inspired you to move forward on this smaller scale, but nevertheless with its powerful message?
Well, I knew that if I was going to make what I would call a micro-budget movie, that would have to be incredibly personal, the writing would have to be sharp, it would also have to be almost exclusively on one location. So when those circumstances started to fall into place, a lot of the ideas emerged, and I thought, I really want to make a personal piece that deals with belief and the way belief functions in our lives.
When you talk about micro budget, what do you mean?
Well, a lot of times people think low budget is like $10,000 or $15,000, but a low budget movie is like $1 to $5 million. For us, we were well below that, below the 25,000 mark. So it's essentially, all of our money basically goes into food, and everyone else is volunteering their time and effort.
But it's obviously a work of love and passion for you, right?
Absolutely.
Well, talk about the way it's been received already, because it has opened in some other markets.
Yeah, we've played in New York, Chicago, Seattle. Next week we're in Louisville, and then we're in LA. And it's been, overall, it's been received very well and embraced by critics. We've got a great review in the New York Times, RogerEbert.com, the Chicago Sun-Times. It's been incredible. And for such a small movie, we made it with very little expectation except to simply pour our hearts into it. It's been a huge blessing.
I'm sure you'll be very interested in the reaction when it plays at the Kentucky Theater, which is going on now through the 31st.
That's
right?
correct.
Yeah? And that is at $6 or $8, depending on the time of the showing, to get in to see it. And there's KentuckyTheater.com with their website and more info.
And the website, asitisinheaventhemovie.com for more information. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thanks so much for having me.
Appreciate you
Good
coming.
luck.